Hi YouTube viewers, welcome back to my next video. In this video we are going to see about how to edit the rooms. So basically here editing of the room we require an ID of which room ID we need to edit and all. So that we need to check it out and then we need to edit it. So it will be like similar to this add rooms. So what I am doing, I am just copying the function, whole function, and I will explain you what we are going to do changes here. It's not add, it's here like edit room. This is the edit room, and where we require an user ID and the room number which is going to be edit, and the price. Okay, so apart from this we also require a room ID. So let me copy this, okay, and let me paste it here, and here we need room ID. Since we room ID and user ID we are sending it, we will check whether this room ID is the room ID which they have sent and the user ID which they have sent is belongs to this room or not. So if it belongs to this room, then only we will edit it. Otherwise what we will tell this, they will give an error to him stating that this room ID or this room does not belongs to you, or the uh, invalid input kind of thing we will be suggesting him, right? So here you go with the one more thing called room ID. Okay, so we will check where user ID is this and your room ID is this, and we'll get number of rows. If number of rows, room check, if we get number of rows, then we need to perform the operation, right? Otherwise we need to give an error to him. The error is invalid valid data received. Okay, and if everything is goes right, then what we'll do, we will have the data. If it exists, then we'll have the data of the price and room number. We'll not think about this occupancy and status right now. And then what we'll do, we will this data we need to update it. So here you go, where dollar this db, where user id is equals to the user id which we have received, and also room id which we have received. Update room with this data. Done. It's not create, it's room update. Here you go with the room update. Now if room update is done, then we need to show an we need to send a message called room has been updated successfully. Room details updated successfully, right? And we will give the status to 1. I don't think here we have given it 1 status. Room added successfully, so that should be the 1 and remaining should be the 0. So that was the previous video, and if it is not updated we will tell it that is a network error and we will close it out. Okay, other if this else part which we have discussed already, if anything is empty, or no, it's if it is room check, if the this we have not received any id kind of thing, this which doesn't match of these two, user id and room id, then we'll show a invalid data received. And this is the response for the mandatory fields. Basically everything is done. Now it's time for testing. So here you go with the room edit, which I have already created the url here. This I'm going to copy it now, and this is where we are going to test it out. So as usual, user id and the room id we need to give it. Room id. Before that, let me show you what is present actually in our database, so that we the correct details we will be entering first time, and a wrong details we will be entering. So two cases it might be. Then if depending on these two cases, what will happen, we can evaluate that our function is working perfectly or not. It is taking some time. Here we have a single room id is equal to 1, user id is equal to 1, and occupancy we are we are bothering about room number and price. That's it. These two change numbers we are changing out. That's it. In this, price can be changed or room number can be changed at any point of time. So 1 1 and remaining details are this. So room ID is also 1, and this is the one. We want to change it as room number 1 or 2, and let us check what happened here. See, room details has been updated successfully. We have received. Let us see if it has done the job perfectly or not. Yes, room number has been updated successfully. Now what I am going to do, I want to make it as a 2, which is not present, and someone wants to access it in this manner. Then it shows an invalid data received. That's great. So this is how we can able to update our edit our room IDs, or you can tell it as update our room IDs depending upon the correct information which they have provided, user ID and the room ID. Why we have taken these two things? There will be many users and there will be many room IDs. Okay, so each user ID and room ID may be like different combinations of permutations and combinations kind of thing. This can be morely secured by using your simple encrypt method. This room ID and user ID can be, what we can do, we can encrypt it and we can send it to the user. We can get it the encrypt part and then we can do a decrypt part. This kind of thing security wise you can improve a little bit more. So that's all for this video. Hope you have enjoyed this video. In my next video what we are going to see is delete the rooms. So that will be done in our next video. Thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day.